Hey, good morning, everyone. Riley Foster, Foster's Custom Steel in the shop today. It's that time of the year. Come down this morning. Blasted dog got me up about 5:30 this morning, needing to go out. And once I wake up in the morning, I don't much go back to bed. So did a little plundering on the computer and then headed down to the shop. I got here about 6 this morning. Nice, cool morning out, so I come down and built me a fire. It's that time of the year, and I love building a fire. Had to put my new stove pipe in. Most of you know I did the overhang out back, and this pipe used to go directly out the wall and straight up outside. Well, there is no outside there now, so I had to buy this pipe. That stuff, oh my gosh, insulated double wall pipe, $100 a 3-foot section. Ouch. They're killing us. Thank God inflation's in check, right? Holy sh! You go buy anything. Inflation is not in check. They're killing us. But be that as it may, I come down this morning, got me a nice fire going in the wood stove. And the whole purpose of this video is I'm going to show you, I bought a tool actually last year, and I've used it a couple of times and did a little modifying on it. But it is needed if you're in a metal shop or drilling holes in steel. And I'm going to pause this just a second and I'll go show you what I'm talking about. All right, you guys know what that is. Excellent tool. That ain't the one. That drill is great. I've used it for a couple of years, probably 4 or 5 years, and the batteries just keep right on rocking. I've got impact drivers and stuff. DeWalt is an amazing tool. That ain't the one. This is a small, cheap 3/8 drill. That ain't the one. Yeah, this little 3/8 drill, it does small jobs, not bad. It's cheap. I was on a job site on the other side of Raleigh, and I burned a drill up, so we had to have one to finish a job, and I went to a hardware store and bought, well, it's cheap. It did get the job finished. The next one, Milwaukee. Very durable drill. I have put this thing through, well, anything you can imagine other than abusing it. I've used it. It will spin you in circles or break your wrist. There is no clutch. It has get out of the way or I'll kill you speed. So that thing's pretty tough. The next one, it's a hammer drill, Milwaukee hammer drill. This is needed when you're drilling concrete, putting in Tapcon screws and stuff like that. Really great drill. Again, it'll spin you in circles or it'll break your wrist or it'll get out of your hands. And you have to be careful. And this thing has 2 speeds. I don't know why in the world they give it 2 speeds. It don't need them. So the next one, and again, this is going from smaller to larger. The next one, this beast right here is a right angle DeWalt. And it is for drilling through floor joists because you can't get a drill up in tight spaces. So this is a right angle drill. It has 1 speed, and man, it will hurt you. I haven't used it in a while. I don't think it's a variable speed. But dude, that thing right there is a beast, and it has an incredible motor. When I tell you it does its job, it does its job. So then we're gonna go to one. My dad owned this. Oh my goodness. I keep it around for nostalgia reasons, I guess, because I do not use this drill. It does run. I think it's 800 RPMs. It says reversible 1/2-inch drill, 150 volt, 60 amp. Yeah, I think it's 600 RPM there at the back. I can't read it that good. But it does, I mean, if you had to have a drill with extreme torque, Again, that's one of those you better be hanging on to it because it'll spin you in circles. And then the next one, thank God it has a clutch, because I have cored concrete with this beast. Now you can see the difference in the sizes all the way over to this one. This has 3 speeds and it doesn't need them, but I'll tell you, I think the third speeds, or the second and third, are up for like drilling tile and marble. I have cored concrete for railings and steps. Thank God this thing has a clutch. It hooks to water, so it's water cooled, and you can actually hook a vacuum to it and suck the water out as you're coring. It has a stand that will vacuum suck to concrete, and you can bore mitered holes overhead, on a wall, anywhere it'll get a suction, that stand will go, and this clamps to it, and you can drill it through. You can drill a mitered hole through a wall in a basement if that's what you choose to do. It will drill that line, that green line there is 4 inch, excuse me, and that's the depth that I set the railings that I used to do. I no longer do railings. So that's the depth I used to set the railings in concrete. It will drill that depth at a 3 inch hole. It'll drill that depth in concrete in about 2.5 minutes. It will drill a brick sidewalk or a brick in the walkway about 40 seconds, that deep. So it will fall through a brick. And all of these are needed, but this isn't the reason or what I'm showing you. Just kind of showing you the progression of different drills that I use. Some I do not. Yeah, so I've used this one often, setting Tapcons, and this guy here, haven't used it in a while, but it's still a good drill. These I use that battery drill regularly. But what I'm going to show you is the next drill that I bought it about a year ago, and I had to do a little modification to it to make it work really well for me, but I needed it today, and so I'm going to show you what I'm doing with it. Remember, reach down there and hit a like and a share and a comment and all the good stuff that YouTube and I want you to do. And I'll show you this drill in just 1 second. First of all, the job I'm doing is I am going to make, you can buy these, but I choose to make mine. I want it a little heavier duty. I want that clamp to be able to drop down in that hole right there. Yep, and I'm going to weld that bolt onto it. That's a 5/8 inch bolt, and this is 1/4 inch thick table. If you try to weld that, weld it. If you try to drill that hole in this table with any one of those drills over there, you're going to be hating life. If you use this battery drill, it takes forever and you'll run through the batteries, and it's just not good for the drill itself. It overheats the motor. Had to drill several. I'm going to drill multiple holes in this table, but for this job I'm doing, finally needed to go ahead and drill the holes. Well, I could either stand on top of the table with that 1/2 inch drill and hope it didn't catch. 5/8 inch bit, it's almost guaranteed it's going to catch, and yank me around or break my wrist. I don't want to fight with it. So I bought this. Check this beast out. I'll try to get it all in the picture here. It is a magnetic drill, and I'll show you how it works in just a minute. The modification I did was this little roofing tack. Yep, you pull this keyway out and it drops the gear down so you can work your drill press. The magnetic drill, you can probably hear this. So that turns it on, and I'm going to show you here shortly. I'll turn it back off just a minute. I'm going to show you what this thing will do. I just drilled this hole and these this morning. I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and do a video on this thing. Keep these going. So all I did was just marked in where I needed. You can you can get better measurements, but for the table and the clamp, all this is doing is so I can swing it around and clamp things down to the table without doing some kind of long bar apparatus that just doesn't work. So hold on 1 second. I'm gonna put this on the tripod and I'm gonna show you how this thing works. It is really a good drill. Again, I bought it a year ago. It is brand new. I was trying to see where the name was. There we go. I did not know this company before, and I'm pretty impressed with this. So far, I've drilled, well, 4 or 5 holes with it, and you can really put the pressure on it. So let me get this set on the tripod and I'll show you. Oh, and one of the most important things, obviously safety and protection, but you gotta start out with a good cup of coffee, right? So hold on, let's see what we can do here. Again, that turns the magnet on. It's where you want it. You know, it don't want to move. So my little apparatus is up here, right here. So what I do is I pull this roofing tack out and, let's see if you can't see that. Kick that lever back like that, and that lets this go up and down. And again, I just drilled some holes in it to hold that in place. So let's drill this hole and get that set so you can see. There we go. Yeah. And again, you have to forgive the dull bit. I didn't sharpen it before we did the job, but this thing really works good. And again, Weaver, I think it is. Not bad. I drilled all of these. Some drill a little quicker than others, but that's 1/4 inch plate. I have seen these used. It will magnetically attach to I-beams and stuff like that. So once you disconnect or turn off the battery, you can move it all, or the magnet, you can move it all around. So guys, there's a video on the drills that I use in the shop and the one I just bought for this job. Remember to reach down there and hit that thumbs up and the bell and notifications and all that good stuff. And remember to give thanks and have a great day.